And we start with this, and it should be we start with the current slide, and then we go back and so share one more time, and now you can see it. So we've already discussed the meaning of the first two lines, and so as for line 3, which is JVP not alleviated, what does it stand, JVP? Does anyone have an idea about the meaning of JVP?
Jugular venous pulse.
Pressure, actually, yes, jugular venous pressure. And you see that not alleviated, it's just normal. The next number 4, CVS. Actually, in number 4 and in number 9, you can see one and the same, just abbreviation, NAD. NAD here, this is no abnormality detected. Number 4 and number 9. Number 4 and number 9, they have, this is the term that describes some kind of the body system. So in number 4, which system is it?
Cardiovascular system.
Exactly, cardiovascular. So OE, we've already met this term. This is on examination. The next is widespread early inspiratory fine crepitations. So crepitations, what are they? What does it mean, crepitations? Some kind of sounds, right? In the lungs here. And audible. What is it? Audible.
Hear the recovery of being.
This can be that we can hear, yes?
Yes.
So, and abdomen normal, and so the last phrase here, number 9, CNS, no abnormality.
Central nervous system.
Exactly, central nervous system. Good. So now when we do understand everything, so just this is what the doctor writes in the history of patient, in the history of complaint, of presenting complaint. And so now, yes, here are the meanings here, as we have already discussed them. And for example, about crepitation, this is a peculiar cracking, crinky, or grating sound around the lungs that the doctor can hear while examining the patient. And let us move to the slide where we can listen to the conversation, to a part of a conversation between Dr. Martin, a doctor in accident and emergency department, and Mr. Wood. Now, as you listen, make your own notes about Mr. Wood's presenting complaint. So as much information as possible about his condition. So now I'm going to turn it on, and you'll tell me if you can hear.
Listening 3.
Can you hear?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, now.
Good morning, Mr. Wood. I'm Dr. Martin, one of the doctors in A&E. What's brought you here today?
I've got this chest pain.
And you seem to be having some trouble catching your breath.
Yes.
Would you like me to give you some painkillers before we go on?
Yes, please.
OK, we'll get some for you. And I'll be as brief as I can.
Thank you, Doctor.
Can you show me exactly where the pain is?
I've been getting it right here, in the centre of my chest,
Right, I see. And how long have you had it?
for the past hour.
The past hour. And is the pain constant?
Yes, at the moment it's there all the time.
And does it go anywhere else?
At the moment it's just here in the centre of my chest. But it was in my left shoulder before.
Can you describe the pain for me?
It's all over here. It's not a sharp pain. It's like a tightness, as if someone's squeezing my chest.
And when did the pain start first?
It came on first when I was bending over in the garden about 2 weeks ago.
It's okay. Take your time.
And then I got this dull pain and I had shortness of breath.
So it started with you bending over in the garden, and the shortness of breath started at the same time?
Yes.
Have you had this pain before?
Not the pain in the chest, no. I had a pain in my left shoulder and arm when I was walking to work one morning about a month ago.
OK. I see from the notes that you're a bus driver.
Yes, that's right. Not the best of jobs to be starting at 5 on a frosty morning.
No, definitely not. Did you do anything about the pain?
I thought it was a touch of arthritis. There'd been a heavy frost and I'd just rubbed some liniment into it.
How long did it last?
Off and on for about a week. And then I didn't think any more of it.
OK. And have you felt sick at all?
Yes.
And have you been sick at all?
No, I haven't brought anything up.
OK. I'd like to ask you some questions.
Well, have you made any notes? What do you understand about Mr. Wood's condition? Does anyone want to say something?
Yes, can
I
I?
have chest
Yes.
pain
Okay, what else?
and center of chest,
In the center of his chest. Okay,
yeah, and left shoulder.
also the pain in the shoulder. Okay,
That's
The shoulder pain started early, like as an
Mhm.
early sign.
all right. What did
His
he
chest
do?
pain started when he was bending over.
Yes, in the garden, right?
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay,
He thought that his pain was arthritis from his shoulder, but then didn't do
Yes.
anything about it.
And what did he do with this pain in the shoulder? Okay,
He just needs some painkillers.
yes, the doctor started the conversation with just offering him some painkillers just to relieve the pain, make it better, make him feel better. Okay, now let's do like I'm going to show you the script.
Listening
And,
3.
This is the script of the conversation, and we are going to listen for the second time, just paying attention to the details, maybe which we've missed while listening for the first time. And so this is a good practice just to listen with the text open, I mean for the second time listening. That just you can focus on some places which you didn't understand, or just you compare with what you've learned from the first listening and with what they really they were speaking about. Now for the second time.
Listening 3.
Good morning, Mr. Wood. I'm Dr. Martin, one of the doctors in A&E. What's brought you here today?
I've got this chest pain.
And you seem to be having some trouble catching your breath.
Yes.
Would you like me to give you some painkillers before we go on?
Yes, please.
OK, we'll get some for you. And I'll be as brief as I can.
Thank you, Doctor.
Can you show me exactly where the pain is?
I've been getting it right here, in the centre of my chest,
Right, I see. And how long have you had it?
for the past hour.
The past hour. And is the pain constant?
Yes, at the moment it's there all the time.
And does it go anywhere else?
At the moment it's just here in the centre of my chest. But it was in my left shoulder before.
Can you describe the pain for me?
It's all over here. It's not a sharp pain. It's like a tightness, as if someone's squeezing my chest.
And when did the pain start first?
It came on first when I was bending over in the garden about 2 weeks ago.
It's okay. Take your time.
And then I got this dull pain and I had shortness of breath.
So it started with you bending over in the garden, and the shortness of breath started at the same time?
Yes.
Have you had this pain before?
Not the pain in the chest, no. I had a pain in my left shoulder and arm when I was walking to work one morning about a month ago.
Okay. I see from the notes that you're a bus driver.
Yes, that's right. Not the best of jobs to be starting at 5 on a frosty morning.
No, definitely not. Did you do anything about the pain?
I thought it was a touch of arthritis. There'd been a heavy frost and I'd just rubbed some liniment into it.
How long did it last?
Off and on for about a week. And then I didn't think any more of it.
Okay. And have you felt sick at all?
Yes.
And have you been sick at all?
No, I haven't brought anything up.
Okay. I'd like to ask you some questions.
Oh, well, now I think we can understand it better.
Listening
So, what kind of details can we add to the information that we already mentioned? What are the other details? Okay, so if we just try to answer the questions, the first question here is for, let us say, Nisanur. So
He was a
will-
bus driver.
Exactly, you are right. Okay, but the second question is for Yunus. No, Yunus, for Yasmin. Yasmin, hello? Can you hear me, Yasmin?
Yes.
So, can you read the question, please?
Does Dr. Martin follow Socrates' model?
Does he?
Yes.
So, what questions does he ask? If he follows the Socrates model, who can help us?
I still know.
Yes?
It's the site, the onset, the character, the radiation.
A stands for what? Associations.
Sorry, the A, it stands for what?
Associations.
Yes, associations, yes. The S stands for sites, O for on-site, C for character, R for radiation, T for timing, E for E is for excess severity, and S is severity.
Some factors. Yeah, alleviating factor. Okay, so yes, he actually asked these questions like, what's brought you here today, as you see, then where the pain, can you show me exactly this, where the pain is? This is an indirect question. And how long have you had it, and does it go anywhere else? This is about the radiation of pain and these kind of questions. Okay, the question, what is the correct diagnosis for the shoulder pain? So Mr. Wood just mentioned that 2 weeks ago he had pain in his left shoulder. So, and what kind of diagnosis did he think of? what kind of reason did he think of when he had this pain for the first time? Shoulder pain. The pain in his shoulder. Yes, Nisanur.
So the pain in his shoulder that evolved into a chest pain right now could be an angina pectoris.
Exactly. This is the correct diagnosis for the pain that Mr. Wood is experiencing now. But his idea about the pain in his shoulder. So you're. Let's have a look at the text. He says
It was an arthritis. Like
yes.
he thought there was an inflammation at only his joint.
So he says a touch of arthritis, and he just dropped some liniment into it, and then everything was okay. Okay, and if we speak about the, as you say, angina pectoris, what is the immediate treatment for this disease? What should the doctor do? So first, what did the doctor offer to the patient when the patient just came to the hospital?
Painkiller.
Painkillers, first of all. Okay, so
X-rays.
Yes, what do you say?
X-rays.
Is it
I
the
think
name?
it should be put on one of the last because he has shortness of breath. Maybe he will need oxygen.
Okay.
The doctor firstly should check his shoulder, like if there any break on his shoulder. So he should do some X-rays to be okay if there any break or not.
Changes in the heart, you mean?
Yes.
So first, the doctor should prescribe some tests to check the correctness of diagnosis. You're right. Yes. Okay. Well, let us move to the next slide here. Here is the information about the grammar, the form of the sentences, so that are used in the conversation with the patient, and understanding the time patients are referring to when they speak about their illness is crucial to making a correct diagnosis. So, and today we are going to speak about the tenses that belong to the present. So there are 4 tenses: present simple, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. And the question is, what is the difference between these tenses? So what does the present simple tense, when we use a verb in the present simple tense, what does it show? What kind of action is it? Present simple.
Verb plus the verb plus like
So actually,
added to the verb s or es or is.
yes, you're right. So if we speak about ourselves, I use I, you. So we use only the basic form of the verb. But if we speak about him or her or it, we add s at the end. But I'm speaking about the meaning. In what kind of situation, in what kind of context?
It's when something, what we say is referring to something that happens all the time.
Exactly, that is repeated action, yes? So that about the present. A continuous, the present continuous. What's the difference between simple and continuous? Yes, Yasmin, please. Yasmin?
It's add to the verb ing and of the main verb and the present continuous tense of the verb am is are. It's an example. He is swimming.
Mhm. Mhm. So you are right about the form and about the meaning. So what kind of action can be described with the help of the present continuous form? The action which happens when? At the moment of speaking. Yes? Now. Okay, what about the use of the present perfect tense? When do we use the present perfect tense? Nisanur?
It refers to something like when we refer to something that doesn't have a definite time, like we don't know when exactly that is. So like specifically when exactly that is. For example, I haven't worked, you haven't showered, etc.
Mhm. And the focus is on the effect, the present effect on the result of some action. And does it describe the action which started in the past? The present perfect tense. Yes.
It doesn't really have a definite time, but if we are saying it, it probably has been done.
Mhm, mhm. So not this is not about future, right? It's about the action that
Yes.
the completed action. Yasmin would like
It mostly
to
depends on the time that we like the word for time we put at the end. Like as I said, for example, I haven't worked. We can put yesterday on it. It will be in past. I haven't worked today. It could be in like, or now I haven't worked now. It could be in present.
Mhm. Okay, it depends on the context. Yes, okay. Yahya, what would you like to say?
I would like to talk about the present perfect continuous.
And so please. Mhm.
So the present perfect continuous, it's something started in the past and continuing in the present time. So we use
Mhm.
have or has been plus plus a verb ing.
ING, exactly. So
Yeah.
it consists of three parts, actually, the verb in the present perfect continuous. Great, thank you. So I see that you remember this information, and just now let us go through it one more time with the examples. As the present simple, this tense is used to talk about something that is true at the moment of speaking. Like in the example, I feel better. So the condition of just a person. Something that is happening on a regular basis around now. I get these headaches in the morning, every morning. So it happens every morning, for example. That is why the verb is used in the present simple. Or condition, when I lean forward, the pain goes away, or the pain starts in my chest and moves up to my shoulder. As you see, when we use the third person singular, we add s here to the verb. The pain goes or the pain starts and moves. The present continuous. This tense is used to talk about something that is happening at the moment of speaking. The example, his blood pressure is rising, So this is the verb to be, is, and ing form of the main verb. I'm having difficulty breathing. So at the moment, then something that is happening around now, though not necessarily at the moment of speaking. Like in the example, are you taking any medication? it means not now, but for example, this week. Or I'm having chest pains. So currently, maybe not at the moment, but today. And something that has been arranged for a date in the near future arrangements. If I say I've seen a psychotherapist next Wednesday, it means that these are my plans, and I've got the arrangement with the doctor, and it will happen 100% in future next Wednesday. So you can see that present continuous can be used to to refer to this kind of action. And it's also important to remember, for example, the use of the verb have in the present continuous to refer to the moment of speaking is more limited than in the present simple. It is generally restricted to expressions like have difficulty, I'm having difficulty just swimming, for example, or something. Here the verb is used in the form, can be used in the form of the present continuous, or have something to eat, have a shower. Here in these meanings, we can use the verb in the present continuous. So verbs which describe actions, for example, cook, make, can be used in the present simple or continuous. For example, continuous, I'm making the lunch, am making, so this is the action verb. Or I usually make the lunch at the weekend, make here is used in this present simple form. But there are verbs which describe states or feelings, not actions. For example, love, need, be, they are not non-action verbs. They are not usually used in the continuous, in present continuous, even if we mean that this is happening now. So some common non-action verbs are agree, be, believe, belong, depend, forget, hate, hear, know, like, love, matter, mean, need, prefer, realize, recognize, remember, suppose. So these verbs are not normally used in continuous forms, so whether it's present continuous or past continuous or future continuous. Instead of continuous forms, we should use the simple forms. Okay, and present perfect tense, we use this tense to talk about a situation that begins in the past and which either continues up to the present or is related to the present in some way. It does not tell us how slowly or how quickly something has happened, only that this is the way the situation stands now. So, and you just mentioned this. For example, my headaches have decreased. No information about when, about the time, but this is the fact that something has happened. And the present perfect continuous is used in a similar way to the present perfect, but the continuous form describes a progressive change in a situation up to now. So we can say, Hashim is joining us. My headaches have been decreasing for the last week. So it also, the focus is also not only on the result, but also on the process. And now let us have a look at the diagrams which are given here on this slide. So the diagrams, they illustrate these four tenses, and they illustrate these tenses on the timeline. You see timeline here. And so the verb in the number one is present simple. So it shows the action that happens every day, that belongs to now. So the second diagram describes the action of the verb which is used in the present continuous. And you see the moment now, and the action started in the past and it is in progress now. It maybe will be in progress for some period of time in the future. Diagram number 3 is present perfect. It started in the past. Maybe it has some result or effect on the current situation, or it has finished. So anyway, we can speak about summarize the result of the action. And the present perfect continuous, the focus not only on the effect of the action, but also on the just period of time, on the progress of the action. So we use it when we need to emphasize that the action took a rather long period of time. Now, if we have a look at the first sentence here, for which diagram does this sentence relate to? Akram, the first sentence. Akram?
Akram, does each sentence relate to?
Mm-hmm.
Headache. It's the habit at the moment. I think it's number 1.
Number 1. Actually, formally, this is the present perfect tense. So I've got, but yes, the meaning is like the condition is diagram number 1. Okay, so the next person I would like to talk to, this is Mustafa Sabir Mahmoud Musa. Sentence number B, please. Mustafa.
Yes, doctor.
Read it, please.
I have a good.
Yes.
I have been having this shorting pain in my leg.
Mm-hmm.
I keep getting this
No, B
flashing.
sentence. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sentence B. Which diagram does this sentence match? So which tense is it? Have been having. Mustafa, do you understand? Is it present?
Yes.
Present simple, continuous, perfect, or perfect continuous? Which tense is it?
Perfect continuous.
Exactly, you're right. This is the perfect continuous tense. Okay, Hassan, please, the next sentence.
Yes, I keep getting this splashing last ardent around my eyes and sharp pain.
Keep. So which tense is it? Keep. Which diagram? Is it present simple or present continuous? Keep.
Present continuous.
Actually, it's not continuous. This is present simple. This is the first form of the verb keep. So it's present simple. Well, the next sentence is for Mustafa Ahmed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
D.
Yes.
I have been having this treble back chest. This is present perfect continuous.
Exactly. Right. Good. The next is for Hashim.
Yes, doctor.
Mm-hmm.
If have you been having any pain? Is this present perfect tense?
Also present perfect continuous. But we've missed sentence E. Sentence E is for Nisanur.
The pain goes right through you. Present simple.
Exactly, present simple, and we can see that there is es at the end of the verb. And now the next sentence, sentence G, is for Yasmin. Yasmin, please. Yasmin, are you here? Hello, Yasmin. No answer. Let us listen to Akram. Sentence G. Akram.
Headaches off and on now.
Am getting, which tense is it?
It's the present simple. It's the happening at the moment.
It's not simple. ING, so shows that this is continuous form. This is the present continuous. Well, then, Yahya, are you here?
Yes.
Okay.
Sentence.
Sentence H.
Yes. I'm not taking anything for them. Present continuous.
Exactly, present continuous. And the last one is for Mustafa, Saber, Mahmoud, Musa. Mustafa?
Yes. The tax have increased.
Which tense is it? Mustafa. Who can help us? Which tense is have increased? Yes, Hashim.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Yes, present perfect. Exactly, you are right. Okay, so anyway, you should be able to recognize the forms of the verbs, and you should understand when each form is used to be able to use them in different situations, and to understand what other people mean when they use these different forms of verbs. Now there